Hello everyone and welcome to another Gravitas video. And if you haven't seen the last episode, please go watch it. I had a bunch of fun on that one. And we are now upgrading our setups over here. And I've realized something. I need to do something today and I want to do it first thing as I start off the video. I say first thing in starting the video. It's probably going to take me the whole video, but that's besides the point. My goal today is basically getting my hands on a bucket. Yes, just a bucket. So yeah, video done. I got 3 buckets. Yep, video done. Bye. No, please don't go. I'm kidding. I see we have this little wooden bucket, but it doesn't really do anything. Yep, nothing. So I want to make the good bucket, the one we all love from Minecraft, the iron bucket. But the only real recipe for it is this one, the create one. Well, I guess technically this, but we're not up to this one. But we have create, so we'll do create. Now, there is a big elephant in the room, is that I don't really have the good technology to actually do iron. At least purified iron, I mean. But fear not, because I do have a solution. The man just said he has no iron, and look at that. That's a purified iron ingot right there, and that's an iron plate right over there. How did I get my hands on both of these? Well, it's actually pretty easy. The iron plate was found in minecart chests in what's it called, mine shafts, and this iron ingot was actually crafted. And you're probably like, but how did I get my hands on some of these things? Because it needs to be refined, and to refine some things you do need some machines and all those crazy mechanics. Well, no, I actually did the Minecraft way. I used iron nuggets. Yeah, I wish I was joking, but no, I did iron nuggets, and to get my hands on iron nuggets, I was actually just smelting like iron gear and chainmail keel that I have left. So I guess nobody decided to remove that mechanic, so I'm taking full advantage of it. But we must do stuff because, well, this is, oh god, this is my create setup, as you guys can see, and this is not very good. Actually, you guys can probably not even see that because it's kind of dark inside my house, and I don't know where I left. Oh, there they are, my fire pits. Ah, there you go. A mighty press, which needs a desperate upgrade at the moment, and that upgrade is going to come through this, a crucible, because we're now going to be making a basin just like this, and boom, and we're gonna break this. We're gonna place the basin right there, and we're nearly there. Trust me, we're nearly there. There's only something that's now gonna take probably the whole video to handle. You see, this recipe right here looks quite simple, am I right? You basically just use an iron plate, and you do a bowl mold. I don't know how to say this, and you use it to make a bucket. But I need this mold, right? And to make this molds, I need another iron plate, and I need a mechanical saw. And the mechanical saw takes an igneous zinc casing, which is basic create, just a log and an alloy, all good. But the saw requires us to have, well, a saw, a file, which we do have, a hammer that we do have, some rough iron plates, which you can also make, but the cutter. Oh boy, this cutter. See, this cutter, there's a lot of recipes over here, but what I'm looking is for these ones that you can do by hand, and the easiest one for me to do right now, it's gonna be either sterling silver, which requires me to do sterling silver, which is alright, you know, we do need to make the ingots, and you can do this by mixing or silver and copper, but I don't have silver at the moment. So I thought I had, I don't. So I'm actually going to be making it out of bronze, which should be fine, but it also requires a screwdriver, which means I need to also make a bronze screwdriver. So there's 2 different tools that I need to make myself, so I can then do these cutter blades, which is just bronze double ingots, and then these bronze screws, which is the file, which thankfully I already have, or that would be another one, and then bronze bolts, which is basically made with a saw and with bronze rods, and the bronze rod is just a single bronze ingot. Whew. Okay, so we can do it. We just need to cook stuff. Well, I'm starting the video and I'm already derping. I forgot I had zinc alloy over here, so I gotta take this out of here. We also have a blaze burner, which we might want to try and catch a blaze, just just because. Not because I need it at the moment, but it would be nice to have. Oh, and yes, look at technology. I have hoppers now. Look at that. That's so cool. Now, I do still want to know if there's any way that I can make these molds cool down faster, like without picking them up and tossing them into snow or putting them into water barrels. Just wondering if there's an actual way of cooling them down without picking them up from there. Yeah, look at that. It just flows on right in, and then when it eventually cools down enough, the hopper takes it out and puts it into the chest. Very, very cool. Now, I do need to be careful to make sure that I have enough, well, liquid to fill in both of them. Or I can end up with a case that I like half fill one and half fill the other, and I need to heat the one so the liquid goes back into the crucible, and that's just a pain. But hey, while it does that, I can actually start working on my raw iron, because I do need to convert this into the actual ingot by pressing into the anvil to make it the refined, and then pressing it again to make these ingots, and then I can press it down in the press to make the plates that we're going to be needing to making the saw. Woo. Yeah, it's complicated, but trust me, it's gonna work. It's a very tedious process, but I already have the bronze screwdriver, and I'm now working on the cutter blades. I need a second one, which is going to be this one, and then afterwards I need to make these bolts. So we're getting there. Okay, so do I have everything? I think I have everything. So first of all, we make there we go. I don't have everything. What do I need? Oh, okay, hold on. Don't worry. Who's screaming in the background? No screaming. Okay, I have it. There you go. Small tool handle with the screwdriver head. Makes a bronze screwdriver, which we need to make this. And then we need our file, which is there. There we go. And then we need to also cut this with the saw. Like so. Yeah, the bronze bolts. Which then with the file together makes a screw. And then the screw makes the cutter. Oh boy. We're getting there. Now we don't need I think we still need these. We have these. And the hammer, which is dying but should still work. Come on. Yes, we have the wrought iron buzzsaw blade. Ah, thank God. And do I have a casing? I do have exactly one casing. Oh, that's so good. And then we put it together and boom, we have a mechanical saw. Oh boy, I have a complaint that I just realized. If I toss this iron plate into there, there's multiple things that can come out. Like we just had it create deco, and we can have any of these things pop out. There's also any of these other molds that can also pop out. So how am I even going to filter this out? Like, can I make any sort of filter from create mod? Like any sort of them, like this basic one. Maybe would this work? I don't have the nuggets. I can get the nuggets, but would this work? Okay, I have a filter. So let's see if this is going to work. So I believe we can just drag and drop this here, and you're only on allow list. And that I don't really care about that. And you're going to allow only allow this. Please work. If this doesn't work, I'm gonna be so mad. And it didn't work. And I had so many points for that bucket. And now all I have to show is a wavy mold that I may not ever use. Oh, I guess while I soak in my tears of not having what I want, I can show you guys what I've been doing with glass. Yes, because you might notice that we do actually have now glass windows. And I have been playing with it a little bit, and I can show you guys how I can do it. I like this. I have God debugging and trying to understand what happened, and I love to see this because it's always coming out as the same iron plate. I don't know why this is so funny. I love it. Well, while I will let God understand why his contraptions ain't working, I want to continue with my stuff. So basically, all I really need to do is grab a little bit of stuff from here, and I want to grab this silica glass, which is made with white sand, saltpeter, or soda ash, which it's now working, as I tried to do in the last video. And with lime. Lime is easy. Lime's actually easy. And all we really need to do is we want to put these things into the blowpipes, just like so. And then we want to heat them up, which is quite easy. And actually, I might want to do something extra. You see, we also have our bees. So I believe I need this. I need the bronze. Is it the bronze? No, it's a gem saw. I want to do these jars, these empty jars, and to do them, I need the blowpipe, the silica, I need jacks, I need wool cloth, and I also need the saw, and then I can get empty jars. Very cool, very nice, very easy. Not really, it's not that easy. So basically, all we really need to know is that we have to go in an order. I need to do jacks first, then a wool cloth, and then a jam saw. And how are we going to be doing this? Well, by putting them in the offhand. So we got the blowpipes right there. Let's put a few of these ones over there. Let's light it up. And it should be really quick to heat up. I think the blowpipe doesn't take that long. So now that it is nice and hot, we can pick it up and we want to look forward as much as we can, and we want to right click. If it will do that. Oh, I think it's because I have the cane. Yeah. Don't have nothing in your offhand. Then it will blow, and now it's too cold to do anything. As you can see, it registers that I did the blow part of the process. Now I need to do the pinch, the wool cloth, and the cutting. So now we want to put the jacks in the offhand, and we do it. And boom, now we switch to wool cloth, let the cooldown be there, and then we do it. There we go. And now we do the same, but with the gem saw. And there we go. We got ourselves an empty jar, and now we just repeat the process for, well, as much as you want, really. So I'm gonna do this a couple of times. Now, the jar in itself, it is very useful. How do we know this? Well, we can put it to get our hands on some honey. And the honey, we can then use to make some dough and stuff like that. So basically, we can get more wheat out of the process. If we have some yeast, we can also make chocolate pies later down the line. Now, I am looking for cool recipes that we may want to do. Like, for example, we can make this Chiraj mixture. I don't know what it does. We can also put it into some of the foods, and it will give us well, extra buffs into these types of things. For example, plums. I have not yet seen plums, but it would be a nice thing to know, you know. Some jams. Oh, bananas. Oh, look at that banana. We can do banana jam. I do have banana trees, and look at that, it lasts for 3 years. This is so good. So for example, if you want to use this, we can go in with our empty jar and, well, really just do this. Look at that, jar of honey. It's just there. It's a jar of honey. Now it is unsealed. I believe we can put it together and seal it up. We can also make honey cookies. Look at that, with wheat. We don't have wheat. I'm getting amazed to how many things we can do. Okay, focus. I gotta focus, and God's still here. Basically, it's just now trying to understand how I can make yeast, because it looks pretty simple if I have any of these things. So, any fruits, basically, I just put it in water and I can make yeast. Guys, I had a discussion with God, and God deemed my efforts too crazy. Yeah, I was bending the rules of the pack, so I had to be put in place. But, well, I can keep my wavy mold. That's a nice mold that I can keep, you know. It's never really gonna be used. I don't really imagine me doing this or this stick. Yeah, no, it's gonna be the wavy mold of shame, because I should not have been trying to get a bucket before getting LV into Greg Tech, but maybe it's it. still possible? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. So guys, just remember, if you find these bugs, there's also the Discord so you guys can report them. I was just trying to have some fun and well, of course, breaking the pack, you know, and I'm probably getting on the nerves of Vortex by now because I've been trying that a little bit too much. But now, in all honesty, this is all fun and giggles, you know. I want to try and explore the pack as much as I possibly can, and of course, if I find any of these bugs, I tell them straight away because some of them are a little bit too OP, and yeah, they should all be reported. So if you guys could do the same, that's also very, very helpful. Oh, and I also must be honest with you guys, I don't really need the bucket. I already have a better bucket. Well, not better, but technically a bucket. And no, this one's not cheating or exploiting the pack. No, this is actually a drum, a bronze drum. Now, this bronze drum is made, well, with a whole load of bronze, to be honest. And this can store fluids. Yeah, just, well, it's literally that. It stores fluids. So I'll give you guys an example. You can probably see that I've been up here messing with water and all those things. And let me just grab that. Yeah, that looks nice. So basically what I can do is I can just do this, attach a pump into there, put a pipe there, put another, oh, I'm using the cane. The cane. There you go. Put another pipe there, and it is connecting to the water. Then all I really need to do is grab a cogwheel, grab a little bit of a hand crank, and boom. I think the water is in by now. Let me just make sure. There you go, one water bucket. And of course, you can then just break all of this. Of course, water is not renewable. That's why there's these currents going on there. We can break the drum, and boom. We have one bucket of water in it. So yes, I don't really need the other bucket. It was mostly meant to be easier to transport stuff. And actually, I would still be using the drum. I'll just be using the bucket to fill it up easier. That's literally it. Well, to be honest, I just had a realization. And is this possible? Do you guys think that I don't know if this is possible. I also made myself a wrench for this situation. Can I do this? Does the water flow? The water is flowing. Guys. Is this intended? Oh no, I'm gonna get kicked. I'm gonna get kicked. So for example, if one wants to get its hands on some lava, I only really need to do this. Well, of course, you must connect the things properly, you know, because you want to connect things right there. Yep. And do that. And I can't really get under there. So maybe if I just do this. And that, there we go. That's perfect. And now I just do this. Not that. Why is it always that? And the lava is flowing. There you go. Easy lava. Well, I do have lava. I do want to do, well, more create items, you know, like fans and cooking and all those things. But my house is made out of wood, so I kind of need to fix that. I'm not gonna replace my house, don't worry. I'm not gonna replace it because I kind of like how it looks, but I kind of need to make something to the side that can handle, well, lava. But you know what, guys, now that I have lava and I need to make something new, I might just take the time to atone for my bucket sins and make a lot more than just a little house for create over there. You know, and to start atoning for my sins, this is the #1 thing. Let's start clearing up all of these, and these are actually kind of useful, and I just realized how useful all of this can actually be. I'm getting these morning glories, and you'll see why in just a second, because they keep growing, and it's all cool that I might leave a few of them actually, just so it can regrow. But it's actually very important that you pick some of these things up. Also the leaves, and they will be very, very handy. Maybe not immediately, but you'll see why. And to be honest, I don't even know if they grow, but even if they don't, it's all good. I know the leaves come back when the tree grows, so you can kind of farm those. And I'm hoping that these morning glories kind of grow back. That's what I'm counting on. And this is why you can put them into composters and you get compost. For example, you see this one, I have 16 green items, and now I can pick up some of these fallen leaves and fill up the brown items. And I can do the same for all of these other ones, and I will eventually have a bunch of barrels just composting. Oh, and the green items, just use the morning glories. It's that easy. So morning glories with leaves basically fills up the composter, which is amazing. Well, the compost is gonna be used to help me farm. Yes, I made a little bit of a farm around here, and I've been playing around with Create as well. We'll get to that in a second. But the farm over here, I wanted to have like a pretty big farm. Let me go into free cam actually, so you guys can take a look at how I wanted to do this. I wanted to have like the massive area where I could just, well, place down all the crops I have, let them grow, or, well, die, because some of them are dying. But the purpose is both growing crops and let them die. Yes, I do want them to actually wither away, because you can kind of see that they can still keep growing like this. As you can see, they did grow a little bit. They'll grow a lot slower than just if you just place them down, but they do still grow, which is interesting because I don't think they should grow, but they do. And what do I want to do with this? Basically, if you let the crops grow to their fullest, you can harvest them, right? But if you don't harvest them in time, they can also wither away and die. And if you harvest them then they will give you more seeds. And, well, you can probably see where I'm going with this. I don't have enough seeds to fill in all of this area, so I do need to just place them all down, let them grow or, well, die. And when they're ready to be picked up to get me more seeds, I'll pick them up and I'll replant them all along here. Now, I do need to pay attention to these ones that, well, died immediately to see if they actually can grow to their fullest. They seem to be growing a little bit, not much, not compared to these ones. As you can see, these ones are actually growing. So I have to pay attention to that. But now, create. Oh wait, actually, I use this to harvest or to plant, which is kind of nice. I have a bunch of bismuth bronze hose in there, and then basically you come to the cart, you click R, and then you can pick it up, and then you can walk around with it. And actually, you can right-click it to lower the hose, and right-click to put them up. I'm not gonna lower them and walking around with them down. Oh, I'm gonna leave them as is. So, because I don't want to make a mess of this area. And you can do the same one with this one. You can also ride it, which is kind of nice. But if you go here, you can pick it up, you can walk with it. And this one is actually a storage, which is kind of nice. I can use them to transport all the crops to the house and all those things. And I can attach them to an animal, but I don't have animals yet. I need to get animals. Now, back over here into the create area, I want to make a little bit of a house here so I can have a bunch of create machinery, and I'm starting to get into power. I made a lot of large water wheels, and I'm just finishing putting in the water. I don't need to put more water. I know this is enough, but I want to do it anyway, so I can show you guys what I've done. So basically, we do have the mechanical pump from the create mod, and we have these barrels with water, which you can close, you can pick them up, and then you can take them anywhere you want, and you can place them down. And you can then open them up again, and boom, you got water. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do this, grab my wrench. That's not gonna cut it. And there we go. We're gonna put it facing this way. We're gonna put a pipe right there, and then we're gonna go underneath it and put another pipe pointing downwards. Then all I really need to do was put this. There you go. And let the water flow in and fill in the gap down below. Should be more than enough by now. And then we just pick everything back up. And yep, there you go. Full water source right there. Now I can show you one of the wonders of the Create mod. You see, we have compatibility between Create and the Forge from TFC. That means I can actually heat up this bad boy from here and use the press with its recipes. So if you take a look, for example, this raw iron bloom, we can see that if we have it superheated, we can press it down into refined iron bloom, which is great. Now, the only bad thing about this is that we cannot get superheated easily. Well, that was what I would say if I didn't have a bellows right there. Because with the bellows, I can just right click and we will raise the temperature of the forge all the way to its maximum, which counts as superheated, which is great for me. And since I now have automatic power over here, using a little bit of a belt to power all of these, and then I have a gearbox putting power into the millstone, we can now just take full advantage of this and let it rise up to its maximum, give it a click with the bellows, and then start tossing in our raw iron bloom. Now, I don't think it can melt away inside the basin. There's a possibility though that I need to be ready in case that happens. Like, it doesn't show here, so it shows here if I do it with a mixer, you know. So if I do it with a mixer, I can technically melt it, but if I don't mix it, I don't think that will trigger. So I want to test this out. That goes in there. I pass the bellows, and any second. Come on. Oh, wait a second. I think it needs to be a single one. I don't think he recognizes multiple of them. Oh no. Oh, it's doing stuff. Look at that. We have refined iron bloom, and I don't need to use an anvil for it. Oh, this is so good. I think it needed like to be hot enough for them to be worked. Maybe that's the thing. That's probably the case. And if you let it keep going, you can see wrought iron ingots. Ah, this is so good. Finally, some nice automation. I'm actually gonna take some of these because it's not actually gonna use all my coal. Look at that. This is great. Now I've been grinding away and I've been getting some things, and I made this, a grinder belt, because this one's made of sandpaper, and the typical create mod stuff, because I want to polish my rose quartz, but apparently there's this, the belt grinder, and I have just a spot for it right over there, though it is sending the items backwards, but it's fine, I don't really care. And oh, actually no, it's sending them to me. Ah, that's perfect. And boom, we have the polish. Wait, we don't have the polished version? Wait, what? Am I being scammed? I am. Look at this. Oh wait, it needs to be a low speed. Ah, that's actually a speed requirement. Oh, then that's not great. Oh, I guess this is a particular case, and for the time being, I'll just do it like this. I'll use it. I need a better option though. This is not pretty. Well, there you go. At least it's on the floor now. But what I'm looking to do is actually this. The electron tubes, which now will allow me to do the... Oh, wait. Oh, I need to convert this into the regular... Okay. Why, game? Why do you not accept the simple fact that I can make this? Just give me... There you go. And I made just enough so that I can come over here and collect the rest. There you go. Oh, I can actually collect some stuff from here. Oh, that's kind of nice. Now we can also do some deployers and precision mechanism and do the arm. But the most important thing I wanted was this, because now I can make the crushing wheels, which are gonna be very, very useful. And I also need to start thinking about a windmill, because this building is meant to be like a create factory, like down below. I still need to put a cooking setup right over there. And I also might want to try and put out a smelting setup, like for food and whatnot over here. So I can have all of it in here. I do need a mixer somewhere in here. Like, I need so many items. You guys have no idea how many items I need over here. That being said, this will go upwards because I want to put a windmill and I want to put the mechanical crafter and the grindstones on the second floor. And yeah, I mean, I could have made it bigger, to be fair. Guys, I've been doing a lot of grinding. I'm tired. I'm tired, but I think it's worth it. You guys can probably see I'm going down a lot of ladders here because yes, this area is finished, as you guys can see. And not only that area is finished, this entire thing is finished. Well, kind of. I still need some windows there, but the most important part is that the windmill is now functional and I can now work with it. Now, and the main reason for this to be like this tall is mostly because in here I'm gonna have my mechanical crafters, which I do need to bring down the power, which is gonna be the windmill over here. On the other side, I want to set up some mechanical grinders over here. That's, well, I need these for it, but I don't have a lot of zinc alloys to do it. Over here on this middle area, I'm actually going to be using this area to power the cogs, like make the cogs go faster over here. So when it reaches here, I do have things going a little bit faster. I do need to separate because I want the crushing wheels to be going not max speed, but potentially close to the maximum. Ooh, I just realized something. My windmill is not it's not powerful enough, I think. Yeah, my windmill can only power realistically the crushing wheels to like half of the max, and only those. Like it leaves no power left to power the mechanical crafters over here. So I might need to come up with a better solution for it. I might just bring the power because I do have this. So I do still have a lot of power here, you know, and I might just reroute this through there. Over here? Probably a good idea, actually. But hey, that's probably gonna have to wait because, believe it or not, this took so long. But I think it looks half decent. Let me know down in the comments below what you guys think of it. And yes, that's all the time we're gonna have for today. And hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. And as always, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't. And see ya in the next one. Bye!